religious authority starts to shrink and people look away from organized religion for advice on what to eat, how to live, how to treat the world and the environment, they're looking for a simple, one size fits all answer to all of those questions, and nature and naturalness are replacing traditional religion in that respect. Well, unfortunately, nature is not a moral entity. Despite the fact that people say this is what nature wants or you should live as nature intended, nature doesn't actually intend things. It doesn't want anything. And so what ends up happening is everyone looks to nature for guidance, but they end up just seeing a mirror reflecting back at them their own values. And sometimes those values are not necessarily good, or those values are not based on empirical evidence. And we need to turn away from that sort of simplistic understanding of nature to deal with the complicated world that lies ahead of us. So one of the things about people that turn to naturalness is that many of their concerns are really legitimate. So for example, people don't want to take medications that have gone through shoddy approval trials. They don't want to take medications that don't really work. And there are problems in the pharmaceutical industry, as in every industry, that really need to be addressed. Unfortunately, when people frame it in terms of natural versus unnatural chemicals or natural healing versus unnatural pharmaceuticals, they're actually missing the real problem, the kinds of reforms that you would want to pass to improve an industry, and instead focusing on the red herring of the simple dichotomy of what's natural versus what isn't. As people turn more to nature as a sort of religious kind of entity, it becomes increasingly hard to understand that you could improve nature or help nature by being unnatural yourself. But in fact, dense urban populations can reduce the amount of travel that we need to do. Sometimes freezing foods can reduce food waste. And so we need to open ourselves up to the idea that while natural ways of approaching living are nice, it may be the case that unnatural living, paradoxically, will help us maintain a better and more harmonious relationship with nature. Well, I love the way in which people are paying attention to the natural world as valuable in itself, and also realizing the immense amount of responsibility that we as human beings with extraordinary technological power have in the natural world. What I hope to start seeing is innovative technological solutions being implemented to make our relationship with nature more harmonious. So I want to see people overcome the natural unnatural binary and start deploying really cutting edge technology. For example, very small nuclear power plants, great batteries for holding energy from wind and solar, right? These are technological solutions to problems in the natural world. That's what I'd really like to see in the future.